Hey, grade sixes, whenever we start a project, it's always good to have some sort of planning chart that we're going to use to set out what we know, what we want to know, and what we want to learn. And you've probably used the KWL charts in the past, and they look something like this, where you basically set out, you've got the KWL, you've got the names, you've got the date, what do I know, what do I want to know, and what have I learned. And then you basically go through all the different things that you know, and say we're doing Saturn as a project, then you might have some things similar to that as what you know. And then what do I want to know? You want to brainstorm a list there. And then what I have learned will be done at the end of the project, and that's to sort of say, hey, the project was worthwhile, I was able to do something. Well, this is kind of a grade 3, 4, 5 planner that you can use. I want to introduce you to one I've created that will be our grade 6 planner and takes you beyond the KWL. You can see it's called the KWHLQA chart, and it involves several different things. First of all, it starts off the same way. You put down what do I know, and that's always a good place to start. And then the same thing, what do I want to know? So if I'm doing Saturn, I might come up with those things. But then what I have added is, how do I find out? And I think it's good to brainstorm a list of ways that you can use to figure something out. How am I going to learn what I want to know? What am I going to use? What materials? What resources? Then, same as the KWL chart, you can, at the end of the project, say, what did I learn? And you can go through your list there. But also, after the project is done, what new questions do I now have? And I think it's important to realize that our learning doesn't stop with the end of the project. There needs to be further learning as well, because as you know, we stress love of learning, and it's really important that we continue to learn that way. So you might ask a question like, what holds the gas together, and why doesn't it just float away if you were learning about Saturn? And finally, after you've got your questions together, what action are you going to take? What does it matter that you've done this project? What kind of things can you do? Well, how can you apply what you have learned? You might want to try spotting Saturn in the night sky with your own telescope, or learning about its path and what time you need to get up to actually look at it yourself. It might make you appreciate the fact that the solar system has been put together in such a way that the area where Jupiter is and Saturn is, they act as a bodyguard to all the big asteroids that could hit and destroy life on Earth. And it makes you just appreciate the fact that all of that is there to enable life on Earth. So what I would like you to do is to get used to the KWHLQA chart and apply it with this project on the solar system.